Alrighty, let's keep going. The number one thing I really want, well, here's Chariot reverse. The number one thing I really want to focus on is this person or this part of you. I feel like it's an external person, like you're kind of battling both, an internal part and an external person. One specific person that's just like too realistic. Because realistic can be truthful, and we always like to operate in truth, but realistic can also be hyper negative. Usually it lends itself to negativity. And being the card of Taurus, right? So we have a lot of that Taurus, I don't want anything to change. And they see you changing and they don't like it. They don't like it. So let me pull out a couple more. We've got the Chariot reversed, clarifying the King of Pentacles reversed. And Chariot reversed, it's like sometimes we want to push things through. We want to force things to happen. We want to get on top of or get a leg up on our adversarial energies. The Fool. But when that happens, we can just create more resistance for ourselves. I feel like there's something that's like not quite ready. Like you're not quite ready to sprout those wings and begin flying yet. Like it's like you've broken free from the cocoon, but you're still just like kind of drying off. And you need your wings to be dry before you can begin to fly. The rhyming and everything. And so you don't want to push yourself towards flying when there's not a lot of, you know, well, you'll see. Hold on. Let's get a couple, like one more maybe. Yeah. And the Two of Pentacles, yeah. Okay, so that's enough for this guy. So let's see. I do sense a masculine influence here if it does represent a female in your life. They are kind of taking on that more masculine like role right now. So we're getting these cards coming out when we're clarifying him. Okay, so Chariot reversed. We've got Three of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and the Fool. Now the Fool does represent naivete, being naive, and being a little, the word that's coming to my mind right now is being a little bit of an airhead. Again, applying to them, you know, and I think that they are being a little foolish right now. I don't know why I'm getting this. Why am I getting this? Like they're trying to distract you from something with the Three of Cups. I feel like this is a distraction. There's pettiness here. I often see this as a card of gossip. I often see this as a card of little games, you know, whispering in people's ears, hearing things through the grapevine. It can just be fun social events too, so I'm not trying to dissuade you, you know, from... I just don't know how social you're really feeling right now because your mind is in such a big place. It's like in a total state of, let's imagine the perfect, most ideal world for myself, that when it comes to like going out and having fun, it's like you kind of realize that you are separating yourself from a lot of your friends and you are changing. And you're creating a new life, and you may be questioning whether or not your new life has room for this kind of stuff. Hold on. I feel like I have to sneeze. Okay, it went away. May come back. But like you don't know if your new life has room for... like you're getting serious, you know, and this is a little unserious. And while you're not going to be abandoning all your friends, right? Some are really awesome friends. You want them in your life forever and ever. But it's like the things that used to satisfy you no longer satisfy you. And the things that you used to think were important are no longer important. So you are being forced to choose. You can no longer wear a mask of what's inauthentic? You're being inauthentic. You can no longer wear that mask. You can no longer pretend. You can no longer like be anything other than who you are becoming, right? It's just too exhausting. It's just too hard. Remember the 10 of Wands? It's too much. You can't carry it. You can't keep it going. And this person is going to try to keep you back there. It's going to try to keep you in that place of like, everything's the same. Don't worry so much. Don't stress. You're making life too hard. But you are feeling a very, very clear separation and a very, very clear distinction between who you were and who you are becoming. And if this is a significant other, right? If this is your husband or your wife or your long-term committed partner, they are not changing alongside of you. And you're going to need to be aware of that. Now, will you get divorced? No, doesn't have to, but you're definitely going to need to explain to them what you're going through, and you definitely are going to need to articulate what you need from them because your needs are changing. And, you know, I kind of feel like when we look into the past, you know, you look in the past 10 years ago, like for me, I was 22 years old. And I was so silly and so naive, but at the same time, it doesn't even feel real. And yes, you know that's a part of your life, but that memory is more of an illusionary substance. It's not, I mean, it's just like, oh, it's not real. And I feel like who you were is becoming that illusionary, it's not real type of thing. And some of you are making really beautiful changes in your life. Like you're getting married, you're having children, you're establishing yourself, you're making strides in your career, you're working hard. Like there are huge victories and successes here for you, that who you were even a year ago is becoming an illusion. It's becoming unreal. Because the only thing that's quote unquote real is this moment. And it is today. And they don't understand that. Or they're going to have a hard time understanding that. So it will behoove you to articulate as well and clear as possible what you are changing into, even if you don't quite know where that's going yet, because likely you can't really see the end game. You don't really know where it's going. But they really are going to have a hard time coming on board. Now, I believe this is a good person in general and in their core. And if they're not, and if they just only want to go out with you and party with you and have fun and like there's not a lot of seriousness there, then it is time for you to create a new life with that energy not there anymore. I wanted to clarify this 5 of Pentacles. We're getting the 9 of Swords. Where you were, guys, is not where you are going. You're not going backwards. You don't need to stress about going backwards. This was obviously a very painful place. You know, rejection, isolation. Maybe some of you did get divorced. You did have a third-party situation. You did get cheated on, whatever. You did lose a lot of money. You did make some bad business deals, some bad investments, whatever. It's in the past. Your back is towards it. I know you're still healing from it. You're still dealing with it. It's still in your life. Possible that it has to do with this person with the Pentacles connection, but it doesn't have to be connected to them. It can be something separate. See, the thing is we do have a choice to look at the beautiful things, and this person has their eyes covered. So instead of choosing to see the beautiful roses on the bedspread, they're choosing not to see them. And there are beautiful things. Again, it is about how we perceive. I'm worried that you are being that very crab-like hard shell exterior, but to an extreme level. I think that it's important for you and your character to do that, and it is a place of safety for you. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But it's also difficult for people, the people that really love you, the people that celebrate you, that have your back, right? It's important, or it's difficult for them to help you or to get you to where you need to be when you are very, very blocked, very, very closed off. And in some ways, very, very stubborn, okay? King of Wands, there is stubbornness there. And you seem to be very much on a mission, right? But again, right now, you can't really push this through. You may feel like all the stars have aligned and the timing is, I just looked at the clock, it was 11:11 when I said that. You may feel like all the stars have aligned and the situation is perfect and everything is good and they're, you know, but your wings are still drying off. So no need to push to make things happen right now. You can get things prepared. You can get things, you know, in order and ready to go. But, like if you're looking for a new job, you can get a resume. If you're looking for a relationship, you can start dating. If you are thinking about moving, you can start looking at apartments. But I wouldn't pull any triggers right now. I wouldn't pull any triggers right now. These need to dissipate a little bit and to dissolve a little bit before you're going to feel comfortable, period, until you feel comfortable to make those big changes, you know? Don't be afraid to let people help you, because I do believe you have a lot of people that are in your corner, okay? I'm getting, I feel like it's another person. This is another person. I'm getting 3 distinct people. This I feel like is you, okay? Queen of Wands, see, back to back. Standing next to you, but not... moving in, I don't know, I feel like not moving in the same direction. Like you have another person in your life that is, like you're going different ways. I see no ill will here. Although this person could be responsible for the 9 of Swords and be responsible for why you're being so protective right now. I don't see any reason for, again, ill will here, like wishing them anything. I feel like the relationship is still amicable on some levels. And it's just purely that recognition that you're just going in different directions. You want different things out of life. You want kids, they don't. You want marriage, they don't. They might be really focused on their career right now. They may be really focused on their social activities or whatever. And it just doesn't quite align. And that's okay. It's really okay. I see some sadness with this, right? Sadness associated with this person, but there's also an essence of acceptance here. You just have to accept it. You have to, and you have. I don't see dwelling on this at all. There's no like festering. It's like upwards and onwards. Upwards and onwards. the next chapter. Look, I'm loving that there's wands coming out, because wands do speak to passion, and they do speak to joy and motivation and happiness and just overall like getting over it and really getting over it, not like suppressing it and thinking that you are over it, but really not being over it. You know, there's none of those little games. I want to clarify the strength in the reversal. Maybe you've invested in something and something's not coming in. Ace of Coins reverse. Look, it's just not time for things to come in. That's why you can't push, because you're just going to frustrate yourself. You can't make the universe give this stuff to you. You can set the mental wheels in motion, like with that little manifestation, little game, exercise, but rather more of like a game. You can try it and you can test it and you can get prepared for it, but you can't make it give it to you. And so whatever has not been given to you, right? Maybe that has something to do with the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, maybe, maybe not. But at the end of the day, you have what you have, and that's what you have to work with. So it's all up in the air. The only thing you can really do is get the groundwork covered, right? Get the systems in place, get things organized, get things structured, save your money. You know, the things that you actually do have within your control, to actually do those things. And to just kind of, I will even say, kind of put your hands up in the air and say, okay, universe, it's your turn to take the wheel. Like, you gave me that inspiration. You gave me that idea. You gave me the avenue, whatever. You gave it to me, and I did something with it. And I listened. And now I'm doing it. So when you're ready, I'm ready. There's a great deal of preparation involved here. In a romantic setting, guys, this is like you waiting for that love to come in. And this Ace of Pentacles representing a love that is long-standing. A marriage. Four of Wands. A marriage. A long-term committed relationship. Something stable, something positive, something where you guys are cheerleaders for one another. You know, you cheer each other on. You maintain a sense of independence, and yet you are connected. And you are working toward common goals. Okay? And if this is your significant other, there needs to be transformation that occurs within the relationship. They're not really changing. You're the one who's changing. But right now, your sun is shining so brightly. Your spirit is just illuminated to the nth degree. And you are still magnetic and charismatic right now. Even if you are in your shell, like I said. But they're not really gonna... Like, they might be really stubborn. They might have a hard time with really letting you go. But if they can accept... And if they cannot resist the transformation that your relationship is going through, if they resist it, it might be time for you to look for someone else. But if they can slowly get on board and slowly relearn who you are, because that's what this process would be, relearning who the other person is. To relearn and to... go with it. Just roll with it. Allow it to happen. Let it to wash over them. It'll be a process with them. It's not going to be easy. But if they can, you have great rewards in it for you collectively. Okay? Collectively. Because the universe is waiting to give you this. This isn't like a facade or a mirage. This is something real. It's just on hold. When I see it in reverse, it's like on hold. The universe is kind of like, okay, I'm just waiting for this one thing to happen and we'll get you there. But, you know, it's coming. Just hang on tight. Okay? Death, the Emperor. An Aries or a Scorpio. Mars ruled people with strong Mars in their chart. Pluto, Plutonian people. Look at how powerful you are. I mean, coming out as such a warrior, such a force. Like, I don't think, I hope you're not underestimating your strength at this time, your strength and your influence on the people around you, and the strength and the influence you have on your own life. So I really, really hope you aren't underestimating that, because it's probably the most strength you've had in many, many years. This Saturn, again, the integration of the moon and the Saturn, the masculine and the feminine, the integration of those two are, I mean, it's huge. Anything is possible. There is no obstacle for you. Nothing is insurmountable. Tower. So we're getting 2 major arcana while clarifying a major arcana, the Tower. Something is probably imminent. Something is looming. Something is coming. The transformation of your connection with this person, the transformation of how you see the world, the transform blah, 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 of all things, it's inevitable and it's coming for you. And yeah, it might cause a little disruption in your life, but look at what the outcome is. Something you can be proud of, something you can be honored to have gone through, something you can wear proudly, like a 4-star general has, you know, all the stuff. So, you know, all the ornaments, I don't know what they're called, I'm sorry, you know, but they wear those things proudly because it is the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into those things that you're proud of, right? You know what it has taken you to get where you are, and you deserve stability, you deserve happiness, you deserve marriage and relationships with people that really do love you and that really do want the best for you. And you deserve to rebuild a new life for yourself and to determine and dictate who is and who is not allowed to come in. Because we all have, you know, the world has negative people, for sure. The world definitely has negative people. And it's hard for us meaning people that want to fulfill their soul contracts. Us, the people who want to see what they're really capable of and to achieve the highest achievements that they can in whatever area. And it's time for the people that aren't on board with that to just go fester amongst themselves and to just be miserable together, while the unmiserable, happy people just go and be unmiserable and happy together, right? And so there's this very clear separation of the miserable and the happy. And it's kind of like, it has nothing to do with financial situation, nothing to do with relationship status, and it has everything to do with that internal consolidation and that internal wholeness, divine masculine, divine feminine within. Okay, it's powerful, powerful stuff. All right, you guys, I'm going to see you guys next month. Thank you so much for watching The Comprehensive. I wish you nothing but the best this month. Good luck. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.